Hey guys, what's up? G4TV is cool here. Here I have a deck profile for you guys. Actually, two deck profiles, but this is going to be like a two-parter. So, in honor of the new Mystical Magus extra booster, I decided to try and build both decks, which I almost succeeded. I mean, this one's probably the one that's the least close to being done, but I'm just missing one card for this deck, but it'll be done eventually. Anyway, here we have Battle Sisters and Mystical Magus, or Magus actually. So I'll first start off with Battle Sisters, and then I'll go next part. I'll go to Magus. Now for the starter for my Battle Sisters, I run the Parfait and Monaca build. So I run the Grade 3 Searcher. It's a basic counterblast one. Put into Soul. You search the top 5 cards for your Grade 3 and add it to your hand. It's pretty standard. Most clans have this Grade 3 Searcher. Others have the whole, oh, you can dump a Grade 3 or lower from your deck to your grave or to your drop zone. So yeah, this card is actually pretty good for it. And it's Battle Sister, so it's kind of a plus. Next, I run Battle Sister Parfaits. Her ability is pretty damn awesome, actually. I love her ability and I love her artwork. Her artwork is so awesome. Anyway, her ability is as long as you have Limit Break is as long as you have 4 more cards in your hand, she gains 3k, so she becomes a 14k attacker, and whenever the attack hits, you can draw a card. So it's a very good mid-game where you're usually at 4 damage pressure card. And she also has a special counterblast to, if you have 3 or less cards in your hand, you can draw 1 card. So she's not a bad backup. Actually, I usually use her as my starting Grade 3. And then I go straight to Battle Sister Monaca. Her ability is you counterblast 1 and you discard 1 copy of herself to the drop zone. It's basically a Persona Blast, and Persona Blast 1, and then you search top 5 cards and you add 1 copy of her from your, you add basically 2 cards from those 5 to your hand, and then you put the rest at the bottom of your deck. And then her special Counterblast is Counterblast 2, it gains 5k. She's a really good end game because you can easily just stack your deck right at the very end and just basically put an end with triggers and everything else. It's a very good card, very fun to use. Next, I run, as my Grade 2 count, 4 Macarons, the 12k attackers. Next is 4 of the Battle Sister Mochas. It's a 11k attacker as long as you have 4 more cards in your hand. And the new one, Battle Sister Coquette. Her ability is Her ability is Counterblast 1, or a special Counterblast 1 card with Battle Sister in its name. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard or Rearguard, you can Counterblast 1 Battle Sister. You can check the top card of your deck. If it's Battle Sister, add it to your hand. If it's not, put it at the bottom of your deck. It's a very good card, a good high pressure card in early game because your opponent usually won't guard a Grade 2 attack, so usually they would let that one go. So I may run 4 Coquettes instead of 4 Mochas and switch that out. For now I just have 3 Coquettes, so it works for me. Next I run 4 Battle Sister Chocolates, the perfect guard. It's a Battle Sister, so it works well with the deck. Next I run 3 Omelets. The only reason why I'm running her is because Battle Sisters don't really have a 10k Grade 1 attacker or a decent enough booster, so she's basically a good option booster. Next I run 3 Battle Sister Cocas. She's actually pretty good. You check the top card of your deck, or when she's called the Vanguard or Rearguard Circle, you check the top card of your deck, and you can decide to put it on the top or bottom. Very good card. And she also has Battle Sister in her name, and a decent 6k booster, so you can put it behind her, or even her if you want to hit that 15k column. Next I run, oh that's not Battle Sister, I'm sorry about that, Battle Sister Lemonades. She's basically one of my favorite new Battle Sister units that came out. Her effect is, whenever she's called on Rearguard Circle, you can Soul Blast 2 and unflip 2 damage, which is very good for this deck because it basically can abuse her effect and her effect actually, which you can Counterblast 2, and then you call Soul Blast 2, Counter Blast 2. She'll be basically swinging at 21. It's basically a break right ability for gaining attack. And she's a decent 5k booster as well. Next, I run 2 copies of my one of 6 non-battle sister cards, Weathergill Milk. She's basically a decent 10k booster that's really easy to accomplish with battle sisters, so you can easily swing for 19, 21, and also 17 early game, which your opponent usually won't guard or won't even bother guarding, and then she can easily go to 24 and 23. Or 26. 24 for those cross rides, 26 for those end games, basically. Anyway, my trigger lineups right here, and it's the basic 4 heal, 8 crit, and 4 draws. Pretty standard. Overall, this deck is a lot of fun. It's a lot of hand advantage and also a lot of pressure on your opponent for attacking, as well as plussing by adding cards from your deck to your hand and then guarding. It's a very viable deck now than what it was before, when the only 2 Battle Sister grade 3s that you can play are Cookie and the other grade 3 that came out in that Valkyrie pack. So would I recommend getting Mystical Magus actually for the Battle Sisters? Yes. There's a lot more viable cards in this set. Granted, you're minusing yourself off of Mocha, the Battle Sister PG, since this set doesn't have the Chocolats. It has the Tetra Magus Perfect Guard. But overall, this deck's a lot of fun. I would highly recommend trying it out if you ever get the chance. And that's it for part 1, and stay tuned for part 2. See you guys later.